Chapter 1 Viral by Alex Van Toll. You only get one chance. Ever heard that saying? It's true, especially with the important things in life. So when that one chance rolls around, you can't afford to screw it up. Except, somehow I did. Things had been going so well between Lindsay and me. After years of being just friends, something shifted in the way that I felt about her. I didn't want to be just friends anymore. And I could tell she didn't either. You know, from the way she looked at me, the way she talked to me, the way we suddenly felt shy with each other when we hadn't before. The way my heart kind of skipped a beat when her name came up on my phone. It took me months, but I had finally worked up the courage to ask Lindsay out. It had all gone, I had it all planned. I was going to ask her out at the end of the year party at Sarah's place. On the night of the party, I was nervous as hell, which is stupid, because it's what we both wanted. But still, you want to do things right, you know? So anyway, after a few beers, everyone was down at the fire pit, and just as Lindsay and I were sitting on the back deck, it was a cool night in late June, pink clouds, still air, the universe had even arranged some lightning flashing on the horizon. Perfect. Lindsay was lounging on a chaise. I was hanging on the double swing. She shivered a little. My cue. Want my hoodie? She smiled back and shook her head. I'm okay. But then she rubbed her arms. Cue number 2. I patted the seat beside me. Come sit, I said. I held up a corner of the blanket that was draped over the swing back. I could have easily tossed it to her, but that wasn't the point. I wanted her close to me. I couldn't exactly ask her out if she was like 10 feet away. Sharing a swing with my best friend, something I would have done without thinking twice, was just a few months ago. We would have sat together under the blanket and listened to the sounds of laughter drifting up from the fire pit below. Laughed at how drunk other people were, made fun of teachers we didn't like. But when it actually means something, it's different. My stomach did a flip-flop. Yep, definitely okay. I took a deep breath. So, I began, but then I didn't know what else to say. My mind was blank. Lindsay looked up at me. Yeah? The lightning forked a little bit closer. The storm was still too far away to hear any thunder. So, that's some pretty great lightning, you know? I sounded like an idiot. She put her head on my shoulder. It's totally great lightning, Mike, she agreed. I heard the smile in her voice. I got a grip on myself and tried again. I was going to do this. Yeah, so, I wanted to ask you something, I said. I lifted a strand of her hair and wrapped it around my fingers, so soft. She asked, what's that? Her arm drifted across my stomach and rested there. She never used to do that. She hooked her thumb in one of my belt loops. I took a deep breath and let it out real slow. Yeah, so I was wondering. Another deep breath. A flash of lightning lit up the horizon. Another followed right on its heels. A puff of wind flipped up the corner of the blanket, exposing Lindsay's legs. Her amazing, endless legs. She reached down and absently flicked it back into place, snugged it up tighter to me. You were wondering? And suddenly, I chickened out. Yeah, I was wondering, do you want another beer? I finished lamely. As soon as the words left my mouth, I was furious with myself. No, I said, backpedaling. I mean, never mind the beer. I sucked in another breath. I actually meant to ask you if... Right then, Aaron and Morgan crashed through the back door. Lindsay shifted, sitting up and edging over to the other side of the swing. Morgan had a shaggy beard strapped to his head. He danced over to us in tight yellow Speedos and huge glasses, singing Bohemian Rhapsody. Normally, I would laugh. Who wouldn't? That guy's an idiot. But Morgan screwing around was the last thing I needed right now. Aaron's eyes lit up when he saw me. Hey, what's up, Mikey? He shouted. He raised his beer. You too cool for the rest of us down at the fire pit? Just then, he noticed Lindsay bunched up at the other end of the swing. He looked from me, then back to her, and raised his eyebrows. I rolled my eyes. Duh. Aaron's eyes widened in sudden understanding. He started to back away. Dude, he said, it's cool. We're leaving now. He punched Morgan on the arm and nodded towards us. Morgan opened his mouth to speak. Shut it, said Aaron. We're leaving. They turned to go. But it was too late. The door opened again and a group of girls giggled out onto the porch. More people followed, and my chance was lost.